The Saints got significant news over the bye week. How about that? They got some good news and they didn't even have to play. For one, the Buccaneers lost. That's always nice to see. Two, the Falcons lost. And not only did they lose, but they lost two important players to their team. And what would you know? The Saints are playing them this Sunday. The Falcons lost their starting quarterback Michael Penix and star wide receiver Drake Maye. Voice over here, it's Drake London, you idiot, not Drake Maye. Please forgive me. And this is obviously significant. The Saints are going to be playing them this week. They lost two of their starting players. But just the cherry on top, and this isn't even related to the game, the Falcons do not have a first-round pick this upcoming year. And the Rams are going to have a top 5 pick after winning the Super Bowl because Atlanta traded that away for James Pierce. Please like this video and subscribe. We hit 15K and then some of you unsubscribed. That's really fucked up. I'm just messing around. Help us get to 15K. Help us solidify that and keep moving forward. I'm Cash. Take 5 seconds to like the video and let's dive into this. Alright, so the Saints are coming off of a bye week. They did not play Sunday. The Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost over the weekend. But with the Saints' upcoming game versus the Falcons in Week 12, they did get some significant news. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that they're going to be debuting a new uniform combination, which I am very excited for, by the way. I'm talking about the Falcons and the massive injuries that they suffered to their team. And now the Saints now have an easier path to getting a second straight win in a row. In case you missed it, Falcons quarterback Michael Penix suffered a potentially season-ending knee injury in their loss to the Carolina Panthers. By the way, they let Carolina and Bryce Young throw for like 450 yards. Where are all those comments that are saying, oh, it's just the Panthers. Oh, it's just the Panthers. Celebrating beating the Panthers. Well, they now have a winning record and they are tied for first in the NFC South. Dumbass comments. This is way earlier in the day. This was this was reported at 7:50. It is currently 1:15. So that was what, like 5 hours ago. This is what I was talking about. The Falcons are 3-7. Michael Penix is expected to miss time. The Rams are 8-2 atop of the NFC. And they have the Falcons' first round pick. Essentially, they're doing what the Saints did to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022. When we traded a first-round pick for Trevor Penning and basically lost out on Jalen Carter. And the Super Bowl runner-ups and the Eagles got Jalen Carter because of the Saints super trade. At least that's not us this time. Michael Penix suffered a partially torn ACL on Sunday versus the Panthers and is likely done for the season. Seeking a second opinion. Just a horrible situation to be in. I honestly thought Penix was going to be good. I wanted the Saints to draft him a few years ago. Not even going to lie, he was someone who I really liked watching in college. But now he has yet another knee injury, out for the season. Atlanta's 3-7. There really is not a whole lot going on positively over there in Atlanta. Penix is now having another knee injury. Tore his ACL in 18, shoulder surgery in 19, tore his ACL in 20, and now has another season-ending knee injury. I wonder what the details are. Is that on his already injured knee or is that his other leg? Michael Penix is going on injured reserve, so that just confirms that he will not be playing versus the Saints, which is obviously significant. The Saints are now going to be playing 40-year-old Kirk Cousins, who can't throw a football downfield. The Saints last season beat the Atlanta Falcons in their first game without head coach Dennis Allen. Darren Rizzi took over and the Saints won. They beat up Kirk Cousins. They lost to him also last season. Kirk Cousins is a decent QB. Is it an easy game? Am I counting the Saints to automatically win? Absolutely. But Kirk Cousins isn't no slouch. He's probably going to give the Saints some issues. He's probably going to do a good job of getting the ball out quick and getting the guys the football. I don't know who I'd much rather play, Michael Penix or Kirk Cousins. The Saints have yet to play Michael Penix. They played Kirk Cousins twice last season, one-on-one. Honestly, I don't really know. I don't think either of them have really been playing good the past 2 seasons. Let's just remember, too, the Falcons did not have Michael Penix playing in the preseason, as if he was the Super Bowl MVP. Just an awesome display of how horribly ran the Falcons organization is. At least we're not them. We may be 2-8. We may be eyeing a top 5 pick for the next 10 years. But at least we're not Atlanta. This is Michael Penix's 5th season-ending injury in 8 college and pro seasons. That's pretty damn wild. Here's all the 5 season-ending injuries. The other big thing here is no Drake Maye against the Saints. To me, this is the biggest one between the two. No Drake Maye, to me, is bigger than no Michael Penix going up against the Saints. Not Drake Maye, you freaking idiot. Oh my God. Drake London, the Falcons wide receiver, not Drake Maye, the Patriots quarterback.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Not having to go up against Drake London, to me, is bigger than not having to go up against Michael Penix. Drake London suffered a PCL sprain and is out this week and potentially more, so he's not playing against the Saints. The Saints secondary, I think, has been up and down the season. They did a good job against the Carolina Panthers. They shut down T-Mac and an offense that just put up 450 yards versus Atlanta. So I think they're playing a little bit better, and Drake London was going to be a very tough task. He's been playing excellent football this season. And losing Michael Penix would suck, but if Kirk Cousins, he can get the football to Drake London. He can't do that anymore. I don't even know who Atlanta's #1 wide receiver is now, but basically the Saints now only have to really worry about Bijan Robinson as their biggest playmaker. The Saints secondary catches a break. They can now focus mainly on the backfield and stopping Bijan Robinson, which is not an easy task. But not having to worry about Drake London is just going to make the secondary's lives easier. Looking at the receiving stats, I mean, Drake London leads the Falcons in receiving yards, in receptions, and touchdowns. Their #2 receiver is Bijan Robinson. 47 catches, 500 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts is right behind him. 47 catches, 434 yards. So, I mean, you got to worry about Kyle Pitts, I guess, a little bit. Darnell Mooney is solid, but you take away Drake London, you take Drake London out of this group, what are you really concerned about from a secondary standpoint? Really, your job should be eliminate Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts, I'm not really too worried about him either. But yeah, Drake London's been playing excellent football. He's a big target. He's been playing great for the Falcons, and not having to worry about him is going to make the Saints' job easier in life in terms of winning the football game. Remember a few weeks ago when I was joking, but not really joking, the Saints were about to go on an 8-game win streak? Game win streak for the rest of the season starts now and tomorrow against the Carolina Panthers. I'm just kidding. There's no win streak going on here for the Saints. They're 1-8. Well, going up against Kirk Cousins without their #1 playmaker or their #2 playmaker behind Bijan is going to make that pathway a little bit easier. And hell, if the Saints win, they won't even be in last place of the NFC South, which is crazy. Now, whether or not you agree or disagree that the Saints should be trying to lose these games, tank and get a top pick, or win as many games with the rookie QB, it doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we beat the Dirty Birds. There's no way I'm going to root for my team to lose to their division rival. Okay, putting this into perspective as I'm recording this, Drake London is top 5 in receiving yards in 810. Behind Puka, Jamar Chase, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's got 6 touchdowns this season, which is top 4 in the NFL. Yeah, not having to cover Drake Maye is going to make life easier for Kool-Aid McKinstry, who has had some good moments, but also has had some bad moments covering guys like Puka Nacua, has struggled covering guys like even on the Giants. I don't even remember his name. Quincy Riley, rookie cornerback, not having to cover Drake London is going to make his life a little bit easier. Now they only have to worry about Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts as defenders, and they just did an excellent job shutting down T-Mac, who is actually one of the top players in the NFL in receiving yards at #6. They just shut T-Mac down last time they played an NFL game a few weeks ago. I know you guys aren't casuals. I know you guys aren't idiots. I don't need to keep telling you how huge it is that the Saints do not have to play Drake London. But this is going to make the path to getting a win easier. They don't have their starting quarterback, Kirk Cousins. Who even knows how he's going to look? He was struggling last season, but he hasn't really been hit this year, so I'm not sure what to expect from him. I can expect him to possibly play how he always has played. Get the ball out quick, be decent, get the first read. Am I expecting him to be a game changer? Absolutely not. But things are shaping up for the Saints to get a win. And then if they can get a win here, the schedule again starts to ease up. But they play the Falcons yet again. They might not have Michael Penix or Drake London again in that game either. They got the Falcons, and then they play the Dolphins. Winnable game. Then they play in Tampa. That's going to be the toughest game left on the schedule. Then they play Carolina again. Then they play the Jets, the Titans, and the Falcons. If they can get one here, They can definitely beat the Dolphins. They can definitely beat the Jets and the Titans. And who knows how these 3 division games are going to go. We might get one of those. That ends up the Saints ending up with like 5-ish wins, 7 wins. God, I'm not going to edit that stupid joke in again. Either way, though, I mean, this thing is shaping up. This thing is definitely shaping up positively for the Saints, and we haven't seen stuff like that shape out for the Saints in previous seasons. Also, some other big news that isn't really related or major, but it is important. The Saints will be wearing a new uniform combination this season. The 3rd time this year, the Saints will be debuting a new uniform combo. They will be wearing black helmets and black uniforms on Sunday, all black for the Falcons funeral. This will be awesome and legendary. Although I am a little interested to see, because I thought the NFL rule was you can't wear your black helmets with your current uniforms. It had to be, or you can't wear your alternate helmets with your current uniforms. So I'm curious if the uniforms are going to look a little bit different, or if it's just going to be straight out the usual all blacks with the black helmet. I'm really excited to see how this looks, and we'll find out Sunday. Please like the video and subscribe. Let me know your comments and thoughts down below. Like the video and subscribe. I'm Kaj. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Peace.